This is John Wilson's My View Now.
All right, time for John Wilson, My View Now. So let's start with President Obama criticizing the political media for not going harder after Donald Trump. And you've got Donald Trump saying that the media is no good because it's going too hard after him. Who's got it right?
President Obama's got that one right. The media needs to really be focusing on Donald Trump, as they need to be doing on Hillary Clinton as well. She was asked a series of questions, one after the other, about one single subject. The media now gets focused on one subject, seldom goes on to a follow-up. You need to be challenging these candidates with 3 and 4 follow-up questions, but you need to be calling them out on it, and it took a reporter like Chris Wallace to be able to do that.
With Hillary Clinton, yes.
With Hillary Clinton. I'd like to see the same thing done with Donald Trump. That needs to be done with Donald Trump. But you can't let him get off on these generalized statements he keeps making about how he would make things happen. How are we going to afford this? How are we going to pay for this? How would you carry this out? He gets off easy, and I don't know why it is, Craig. Here he's a daily target of the media. They should be able to focus on him without getting thrown out of a meeting, and really try to get some answers. We still don't have the answers. Where's the media on this? I don't know.
Well, one of the tools that Donald Trump uses, or tactic, is to vilify the media.
Exactly,
and with that, fire
right.
up his own base, which is distrustful of the media to begin with, and not necessarily for bad reasons sometimes.
That's what it took an interview in a studio with Chris Wallace and Hillary Clinton to really get to the basics on her campaign. I guess you'd have to get Donald Trump in a room too, closed with guards, but you're exactly right. The proponents of each of these candidates will come after you. And I know that intimidates the media. I don't want to be in a crowd like that, and I know you don't either. But direct questions with follow-ups have to be asked here, and these candidates have got to be pressed.
I follow your posts on social media. We're going to shift gears a little bit. One of my favorites here, you went after some national TV news people for saying down there in Florida. That's one of your pet peeves, right? Tell us why. Not down. What are you doing?
I'm tired of people referring to us as down there. It's a long way to the end of the state of Florida, and when you get down there, they've got a marker down there. This is the end of the continental United States. That I don't like that sign either, because it kind of separates us from the rest of the country. Geographically, we're separated, but Florida is you got New York, California, it was Texas, and Florida. You got the 4th most prominent state now in the country is Florida. It's going to be 3rd before too long. And I'm talking about electoral votes and impacts on elections. But to keep calling us like we're in some other continent down there, I want to say, wait a minute. We're all watching TV. We're all on the same wavelength here. We're all in the same time zones for the most part, even though we're in separate time zones. People are watching at the same time. Reality is now. So when you say down there, it's like, where is down there?
I was wondering the same thing. And what's up with the TV news people not using verbs? Have you noticed that? Craig Patrick watching reports, seeing no mention of verbs. Patrick wondering why, asking Wilson why this is, Wilson pondering his response.
Verbs get you in a lot of trouble, like adjectives do. You have to be careful about the use of verbs. Verbs are what identify you as a proponent or an opponent of a particular subject. Well, you got to remember, the media, we ought to be taking, the media should do what they do in law school. Have us argue a point whether we agree with it or not. In fact, take the opposite point of view and argue that point of view, even though it's not your personal point of view.
Right.
That's what I would do. I would say, I will argue any point of view. Doesn't mean it's my point of view. I guess, Craig, to answer your question, reporters take it personally now. I don't know why. I guess it's a lack of viewers that we used to have, lack of readership, the circulation issue. We're a little sensitive now to who's watching and who's reading us.
Craig considering himself lucky to have John Wilson with us. John, thank you so much.
Thank you.
A lot of fun.